Hello, endgame progression tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Xenonauts X-Division with me, BlueAnkylo. It's a new stream, it's a new day, and I'm here to bring you more Xenonaut action. No missions on the docket yet, but I'm sure there will be more UFOs coming. And no research either, but we do have the cool new armor. We built a little bit. You know, this stuff looks pretty sweet, and I'm looking forward to taking it out for a spin. We've only got 3. So, 1 per base, and in theory, a difficult mission, I would move all 3 to the same base, just like I move the antimatter around. In between, I decided to build some particle pulses. These are the weapons currently equipped on our Cyclones, and I should be able to build just enough across the 3 bases to equip our main 3 bases, contrails, our tier 4 fighters, with 2 particle pulses each. And I'm gonna stop at that point so we can test them out, see how they do, and then we'll I mean, I'd like to upgrade more interceptors eventually because we've got a lot of old stuff laying around, but one priority at a time, basically. That's the idea. So without further ado, let us play the game. There is a little bit more antimatter that we're getting from the last mission, the last dreadnought we did, but I think I might not build any more Mark III antimatter. From what I've heard from some of the more experienced live tubers, is that for Mark IV weapons, we will probably still need the same antimatter cores. And if that's the case, we're probably going to need a lot of them. And that probably means we're going to not have enough, really. So if I use it up, it's going to be even harder. So yeah, we should have some upgrades here. Hunter Beam is a tier 3 good beam weapon, but Particle Pulse is a special tier 4 that's potentially a lot better. It might have been smarter to wait till I had a big batch of them, I guess. Also, I queued up a bunch of weapons for C-Team just to do it, you know, all in one patch. I think C-Team made like 4. So if I've made 4 more here, I just want to... I would like all of my... Like, one thing I'm doing a little bit silly here is by equipping them in different batches, it makes the air game a little difficult if... what am I trying to say? If your aircraft have different weapons equipped, the micro for flying them around is a little bit more difficult, and I'm certainly no expert at it in general, so... Let's wait till we get 3 more built at B-Team, and then we will equip A-Team's squad fully. So C-Team will have the full batch. Particle Pulse for all 3, just so they're all, you know, grouped up. Will definitely make it a little bit easier for air battles. And we haven't yet tried Particle Pulse on... like the normal interceptors that have 2 cannon slots. They should have a great amount of DPS. As far as I can tell, these weapons, the particle pulses, have the highest DPS of any cannon mount we have access to. And they only cost 2 alien heavy weapons, which isn't too bad. There's the 4. And basically, I want to put a couple saves down here. We're expecting another... well, you know, the next UFO wave should have a terror ship on it, perhaps, and I'd really like to show off a Andron terror mission, a terror mothership next. If we're going to do another mothership, I'd like to do an Andron one, because it'll be a little different than civilians or Seisons, and it should have both Seisons and civilian operators on it, and then we could maybe finish up some of our captures. We do need 1 more civilian cap to get the final data hack, which will be a civilian data hack from a terror operator. And once we finish disassembling some of these weapons, time will speed up a little bit. Now, at the end of the last live stream, we did a little bit of a sneak peek into the future, just sped ahead a little bit of time in the game just to see what the aliens are up to. And one of the dangerous things is the alien air game is going to get an upgrade before too long. So that's why I'm sort of focusing on trying to get some upgrades here, because as a new X-Division player, I don't know very well when the upgrades come or what you need to be prepared. I'd rather be over-prepared, for sure, than under-prepared. I guess we could upgrade... So if anyone doesn't have at least Hunter Beams, we could move over some Hunter Beams. Like, I think Hunter Beams are better than Gauss. I don't know if it's worth the min-maxing. I think they're pretty similar, right? So every other interceptor has either Gauss or Hunter, and I don't have any more backup, like, level tier 4 weapons. But I do have some spare Hunter Beams. So these guys are like 30 DPS, good cannon weapons. The Hunter Beams are, 10 more DPS. So definitely better, right? So again, a little bit of air micro just to keep us as strong as possible. We've got these guns just sitting around, not really doing anything. Move them over. B team will transfer to... I mean, I might be missing... Oh, crap. I don't know where I sent that first one. I forgot already. Good job, Blue. I sent them to North America. Okay. I meant to send them to Australia. But this is fine. Hunter Beam, Hunter Beam, Hunter Beam, Hunter Beam. It's a small upgrade, but, we've got them built. I'd rather have them equipped than just sitting around getting dusty. So we'll send another batch to Australia and the last batch to Europe. Australia. And isn't it nice? Oh, we built like an extra particle pulse? I must have not equipped one. One of my ships is missing a particle pulse. Hold on. I betcha. Or I built an extra one. Okay, we have one additional particle pulse. Maybe. Maybe I mathed it out wrong when I built them. I was adding up how many I had. So, sounds like Blue just mathed incorrectly. That's fine. That'll happen. I meant to build exactly enough, but, I'm sure we could equip a particle pulse on something else. Alright, alien interceptor rifle. That's the last normal weapon to disassemble Australia and Europe, and now we'll just wait for the next UFO wave, basically. Unless I want to upgrade to more contrails. Well, you could definitely do that. I mean, I've been just debating whether or not I want to try to build more cyclones or not. Like, they're definitely better, but against enemy interceptors, I think the contrails will still win because they'll do double DPS. The cyclones are just very important against battleships and stuff. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to build 3 more contrails. They use a lot of heavy engines, but they're going to be our fastest interceptor, and they might be our best dogfighter, just against alien interceptors, basically. And if I build 3 more, then our first 6 bases will all have upgraded air at least. So I'm pretty sure we can do this without too much hassle. We can build 3 here, so it's just going to take a minute. That won't take too long. And then we're going to move them over. So that's going to go from B team to Australia. And then we'll just switch the weapons over. When I say Australia, I mean, yeah, of course, no spare hangars. So I just did all this messing around to equip this, and, Blue does base management, not super efficiently. But we gotta upgrade this where we can, I'm a little bit worried that we're not gonna be ready for the next alien interceptor upgrade, so the more we do of this should make it easier in the long run. Gotta have air superiority, guys. Alright, number 2. Transport to Australia. And number 3. And transport to Australia. Then we just equip them up and all done. Didn't take too long. Not too long. And we got it all done before the next alien wave by the looks of it. So, Hunter Beams, Hunter Beams. That's pretty good. We've got 3 squads of 3 with Particle Pulse. 3 squads of 3 with Hunter Beams, which is a little bit old tech, but it's the best tier 3 tech at the very least. And then we still have some old Corsairs, but, you know, we'll look into upgrading them as we get more resources. We're basically out right now, if you're wondering. There's not really enough engines or heavy weapons to do anything else yet. So, I guess we're going to test out some of our powers here. So, first things first. These are still only normal interceptors, but let's see if our contrails with particle pulses really clean this up nice. Torpedo corvettes aren't so bad. Oh, so I was actually sort of planning on save scumming to try to get this mothership terror mission, which I knew was coming soon, to be an Andron one. It is an Andron one. You can tell because there's drones and some Harridan, but there should be 2 Sizen operators, 2 civilian operators, and then a bunch of Andron forces. So cool. We actually got exactly what I wanted without having to save scum or anything. Let's send the Archelon. Should I send the Archelon after the mothership? Would that work? I don't know. I'm not sure if that Archelon was worth any of the money we put into it. There is also an Andron Dreadnought that we could do. This would be more terror troops. That might be worth doing. And then a battle carrier. So the battle carrier, we're going to try to clean up with some Cyclones and then some Lotuses if we need it. Maybe we do C-Team on the Dreadnought? I don't know. Dreadnoughts aren't too hard to shoot down. We'll see how this goes. Soviet Union can help. A couple Cyclones. I think they've got missile tech, right? So you got to get not shot down by torpedoes. All right, here we go. Contrails with the new weapons. So we have much less range than we used to have, but way more DPS. Yeah, way more DPS. All right. I think this was a good idea. Particle Pulse, double the DPS. You know, Cyclones are okay at dogfighting, but the contrails are going to really clean up. And it's much easier to build contrails than Cyclones. So I'm thinking for air superiority, this might be our solution. Because that's going to work pretty well for now. One Fury, I think I have to do it manually, but like it's not hard to win this fight. I think. Because I don't think they can shoot him down. Yeah, Corvettes are traditionally no big deal. So the contrails here, their job is just to clean up the interceptors. Oh, that's right. Motherships have the dumb... I forgot about that. They got that dumb sonic weapon. I hate that. There's really no dodging it. Well, you can go right to the corners, but, you know. The point is you gotta just win these missions quick. Oh, I forgot to be afterburners. That's why we're going slow. Yeah, I'm gonna say Particle Pulse is the solution. And you're always gonna take the damage from the sonic weapons, so that's about as good as you can do, really. Just kill them really quickly and try to get out of there without taking too much damage. Motherships are just a pain. They're always going to be like that. So we're definitely not going to be doing Torpvet missions. Oh, I didn't even notice. They're heavy shuttles escorting the carrier. I got to remember that construction ships don't always have... they don't always go with the interceptor. Sometimes they have weird shuttles. We gotta be careful with these guys. Shuttles are quick. They've got the focus style weapons. If you get hit by them, they do a lot of damage. Actually, I don't want to run away. Never mind. This should be a mission the Cyclones can still win. I believe the battle carrier can shoot stuff down. Like, they can shoot incoming missiles down, but they can't shoot 2 down at once. Yeah. Alright, good job, Cyclones. You're still really good. Don't let the contrails bother you. You're still the best all-rounder. The contrails are just better at specialized missions. Battle carrier. Construction. No, not really worth the mission. This is going to be too many gigantic missions already. If I do 2 missions, that's a 3rd one. I just don't have the time or the patience to do that many. Okay, so I'm not 100% sure how the Lotuses match up against the Dreadnought. I don't know if we've done this one before, but we're going to learn right now. You know, the Lotuses are a little bit old tech. Back in phase 2. Back in phase 2. We hit them with both our torpedoes and most of the warp missiles. Oh, they're a pretty good matchup. We can probably wipe them out with just 2 Lotuses. As long as we don't take too much damage here. You know, we're constantly taking pulse damage. Like, their rapid fire is just always hitting us. But we got them down to like 91% with the singularity missiles. So one more pass here should do the trick. Like, that's, yeah. You know, not bad. I expected the Dreadnoughts to be a bit more of a pain, but Lotuses are a really good match. Don't give up your Lotuses, guys. They're good all the way to phase 4. They've got enough HP to tank some of the big hits, and you don't really need to be fast or evasive for a Dreadnought. You just need to tank a bit of damage and shoot them down quick. So that's good. So that's a big mission. We took down the escorts on the mothership, which means now we have to kill the mothership. And the mothership was sort of Cyclone only, the way I remember it. Kind of the same as a battleship, I think, which is kind of hard, but like, it's one of the more difficult ships to shoot down. Possibly the most difficult ship we've got right now. This is the ship that would be nice to have more Cyclones to take out. We've got the Soviet Cyclones are airborne. South Africa's are on the way. We might want to reload and come down, or let's see. Who else has got Cyclones? South America's on the way. North America's are shot to pieces. Super. Because it's very hard not to take damage on these missions. Okay, we're gonna go roll. 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 Roll again. Now we're out of torpedoes. If we want to do damage with our particle pulse, we could, but honestly, I think we just get out of here so we can reload. And as long as we get moving, we'll be out in no time. Well, I say that. I'd like to... Yeah, okay, never mind. The greed! It's too strong. I just want to get just close enough to hit him with my weapons, and I'm not quite close enough. There you go. There. No problem. Now I just need to get out of here safely. All those trainings with the Terror Dreadnoughts give us lots of practice dodging the big guns. Alright. So it shouldn't be too difficult to get in and get out with Cyclones. You always take a bit of sonic damage. And that should take us about 40% of the way. How good would the Lotus be on the harder difficulties? I mean, mandatory for a lot of ships, in my mind. Oh, dang it, I did it again. You're supposed to follow them first. I think the Furies are fast enough to get behind them, but it's going to be a bit of a pain here. Because we have no anti-missile tech, so we got to be pretty careful here. Oh yeah, Furies are nice and fast. These guys are better than I think. It's easy to forget how fast Furies are. They're too fast. Singularity torpedoes take a long time to lock on. Too long. It's all good, don't worry about it. Whoop, that was close, almost got me. Why are we not firing our torpedoes? I don't know why they were holding those. Usually it's red if they're not firing, not just... I don't know what the diamond was. Uh-oh. Ooh, I didn't think I'd have the time for that dodge. Okay, now we do the particle pulse flyby and get out of there. Yeah, ammo done. Time to go. Alright, good job, Cyclones. Now, this guy's not dead yet, but we got him most of the way down. We're gonna go with, well, how do we finish them off? We don't really have a lot of Cyclones left. The South Africa Cyclones were the first ones we threw in there. They're in the midst of being reloaded, but that's gonna take a little while. I guess the Lotuses? Oh, right. I was gonna finish this off. This is gonna be hilarious. Archelon, go! So there's a fair number of warp missiles headed that way. More than we needed. And we're not going to be doing corvettes. Alright, well hopefully we can do this one. Engage tailed target. The problem is we don't really have a way to dodge the big lasers, so we've got to be careful. Real careful flying in. So the question was like, how does Lotuses do on higher difficulty? Well, this is where they suck on easy mode. So I don't think they do very well against motherships. You can dodge the laser, but the angle is real tight. On not easy game, I don't know if they'd be able to dodge that. Okay, well that's the air game done. So we have a Dreadnought, which is terror troops with Androns. And then we have a mothership with Androns. So I think what I'm going to do to make this the most safe is we're going to send all of our gear to C-Team. C-Team is going to do this mission, which is possibly difficult. We'll see. And then we're going to send everything over to A-Team, and A-Team's going to do this mission. And there should be enough time for 3 hours of transport, do the mission, send the stuff back, 3 hours, do the mission. Because we have to wait till morning anyway, and we've got 24 hours from a shot down. Oh, like for a balance for the air game? Well, again, like the early phase planes, the Lotuses are not really early game. They're limited by your capacity to take out terror ships in phase 1, 2, and 3. So the only reason we have Lotuses, Firebirds, and Cyclones is from terror missions. You might as well think of them as basically tier 4 ships, and the Archelon is like the special tier 4 ship in the same way that the Lotus is the special tier 2 ship. So Archelon is actually very much like a Lotus. It just gets an extra torpedo mount. The Lotus is a little bit slower but turns faster. The Archelon's a little bit faster but turns worse, wherever the turn rate is. But it's kind of like just an upgraded Lotus, really. So these kind of bombers are great because you get anti-missile, but they're not really... It's still not really very fast compared to like the dodge speed required to not get killed by those big lasers. So the big laser ships, the Terror Dreadnoughts, the motherships in Phase 4, I'm pretty sure the solution to those is almost uniquely Cyclones. I don't know what else could even have a chance. Because you need the dodge roll, and the only ship so far that has dodge roll and a big missile torpedo weapon. And we could not use the particle missile. We could put like warp missiles on these guys, and then they do a bit more DPS, and you just dodge all the missiles. Like, they might be better like that. I just haven't really tested it out much, and I like to play safe. But you could probably load these up on missile tech and then just use your evasive roll to kill stuff. But there isn't really any non-terror ship version of Cyclones. But like for Lotuses, if you don't get very many Lotuses, all you need to do is build the what are they called? There's the Drake at tier 3, which is a anti-missile mount and a torpedo, and then in phase 4 the Night Owl, which is really fast and can shoot down missiles and still fire torpedoes. So that's kind of the main replacement for Lotuses and Archelons. But that still won't work on ships that fire gigantic lasers at you. Maybe. I don't know. These might be fast enough, but the Cyclones are the only one that gets the dodge roll, so, Well, there's also the Firebird, which we didn't build. This is like the early game dodge roll missile guy, and then the Firebird upgrades basically to the Cyclone. Anyway, for the future tubers, we're going to cut out the prep work here. I'm going to get C-Team ready to go now. And I am going to move over pretty much all the goodies. So they're going to have like 3 superpower armor and all the Mark III antimatter weapons, because Androns are very difficult to damage. And also, don't forget, there's probably going to be some of those Robodog ghosts, which you can't use antimatter on. So that'll be interesting. This is our first time seeing a proper Terror Andron mission. So we'll see how that works for Phase 4. Anyway, that's all for this episode, so thanks for watching, and I will see you for a couple more missions next time.